And welcome to my Quantum of Solace video game review. This has been talked about, just a Call of Duty 4 and Gears of War ripoff, which I guess is true, but like it rips them off in the sense that it uses the Call of Duty 4 engine and has a cover system like Gears of War. So, let me pause this for a sec to turn it down here. And it's going to be compared to Call of Duty 4 a lot, and Gears of War, which people are going to say it sucks, because they're just going to compare it to those two games. But it's actually a pretty good game in its own right. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table, but it's a decent adventure while it lasts. The graphics are alright, you know, the environments are good, the backgrounds don't look too great, they're a little blurry. But the gameplay is a lot of fun, you know. It's a solid cover system. Enemy AI is alright. You know, not the best, but they're not brain dead. So it provides somewhat of a challenge. There are 4 or 5 difficulty modes. There's some sweet takedown moves like this, you know, where you do feel like Bond. And I've always liked the combination of first-person and third-person shooting. I've always thought that could make a game a lot better. And I've always been a fan of cover systems, so if a game has a cover system, I'm gonna like it. And slow motion's always kind of neat. Right now, this is on normal difficulty. But alright, let's get to business here. The gameplay in this game is, I personally think, is pretty fun. While the campaign is short, about 4 or 5 hours, and you may not really want to go through it again, there's not a whole lot of initiative besides, as I've stated, different difficulty settings. I don't remember how to change guns. Alright, there we go. One thing that's weird is guns. I don't know if you think that, but the guns look huge. Like right now this looks like I'm holding a bazooka. I don't really know why it looks like that. Story-wise, it is really just based off the movies. It is based off Quantum of Solace and Casino Royale, which surprisingly a lot of this time is spent in Casino Royale. The story is not very good. I don't know if... I thought the story in Casino Royale was alright. I have not yet seen Quantum of Solace, because I've heard it sucked. But, it's not really explained very well, and there's just some weird things. Like, having it switched to the Casino Royale in like the middle of the Quantum of Solace story. That was kind of a stupid decision and doesn't really work so hot. While the single-player game may not be everybody's cup of tea, they may finish it once and never want to touch it again. I have already completed it, but there is a strong competitive online multiplayer component, which I will exit to right now. That, of course, again is going to be compared to Call of Duty, but I think it's like just as fun as Call of Duty 4. Instead of earning perks, perks and upgrading your character by leveling up, which people thought was one of the best features of Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty 5, you earn credits in this game, in which you buy guns with, and perks, and the Quantum of Solace equivalent of perks, and sidearms, and everything you would buy in Call of Duty. I think it's a blast. If you liked Gears of War Online, and you liked Call of Duty 4 Online, this is like a combining of both. That it's not quite as good as those games, well, it's not as good as those games, but it's still fun. And I got this for 40 bucks, so maybe you wouldn't want to pay 60 bucks for it. But the buying price I would recommend is 40 bucks, I guess. Like, wait for a price drop and it's totally worth it. And sorry, I know I'm kind of jumping around off topics. This is only my third review, so give me a little while to get good. But yeah, I'm again just going to go over this really quickly. Gameplay-wise, it's fun. Campaign's a little short. Decent selection of weapons. It's disappointing there's not a crazy Bond driving sequence, you know, and there's not a lot of gadgets. In fact, I don't think there are really any gadgets at all. But the online multiplayer is fun, so that bumps the gameplay up to about an 8. Story I would give about a 5. Graphics I would give a 7. They look good, not the best, but they look good. Graphics, I just said that, that's embarrassing. Replay value, you're not really going to want to replay the campaign again, but the multiplayer is good enough to keep you playing for a while. So I'd give the replay value about an 8. I'd give the sound about a 9, because the voice work is really cool, and there's the Bond theme, which is a classic. So overall, I would give this game a 8 out of 10. And yes, I'm not hacking. This is a certain kind of shotgun that fires that fast, plus the Quantum of Solace equivalent of double tap is on. So that's why it fires so fast. Thanks for watching my review of Quantum of Solace. Please rate, comment on how I could do better in future reviews, and if you liked the review, subscribe. Thank you.